Fifth grade ELA text set 11, genre study biography. This book is a biography of a singer named Ella Fitzgerald. It's called Ella Fitzgerald, The Tale of a Vocal Virtuosa. Do you know what a virtua is? It's a feminine form of virtuoso, someone who excels in an artistic technique, i.e. an expert, a master, a genius. So a vocal virtuosa would be what, in your own words? Can you think of any singer today you'd call a vocal virtuosa? On the title page it says lists the author as Andre Davis Pickney with Scat Cat Monroe. Listen as I read the introduction by Scat Cat Monroe. You may think I look like any other cat, but baby, I'm in a class all by myself. Scat Cat's my name, Scat Cat Monroe. I've earned. Got my name from knowing Ella Fitzgerald, the queen of scat. What scat, you ask? Scat's the sound that don't hold back. Ella's sound. That was a scat. Singing so supreme, music's velvet ribbon dream. Let me tell you Ella's story, 'cause you see, I was there from the get-go. I saw it all. Me, Scat Cat Monroe. I watched Ella go from a small-town girl to the first lady of song, to a vocal virtuosa, bar none. So, sit back, listen up, here's 4 tracks, cut to cut. Here's how Ella got her sound, got her silken silver style, got her Lady Ella scat. So who is Scat Cat Monroe? Why do you think the author chose an imaginary narrative to tell Ella's story? Let's keep the questions in the back of our minds as we go on. Track 1, Hoofin' in Harlem. The child's name was Ella. She was a big-boned girl with dreams of becoming a dancer. But there weren't many dance schools in Yonkers, New York, the little city where Ella Fitzgerald and her mother, Tempe, lived. Ella had her heart set on pretty steppin', her way to fame, and she didn't need a dance school to do it. She taught herself to tap dance. Determination was her teacher. The sidewalk was her stage. Imagination was her spotlight. In time, Ella and her friends took to performing on street corners. When Ella's neighbors saw her go, they told Ella to strut her shuffle in Harlem, to take her hoofin' to New York, this big city where dreams really do come true. That's when Harlem became Ella's stomping ground. On the night of November 21st, 1934, Ella entered a talent contest at the Apollo Theater. She was 17 and scrubbed clean down to her toe jam. But as soon as Ella saw the footlights, her feet failed her. She stood front and center, knees knocking, teeth clacking. A wannabe with a stomach full of butterflies, and the girl was hardly dressed to impress. She wore work boots and hand-me-downs. Luckily, Ella was thinking on her toes. She refused to be booed back to Yonkers, so she started to sing. At first, her voice came quiet as a whisper, a measly little hiss, soft as a cricket. But when the band joined in, Ella rolled out a tune sweet enough to bake. She won the contest straight up, kicked her dance dreams to the curb, and pinned all her hopes on being a singer. I was there in the wings, watching it all, singing to Ella's groove, wearing a grin as big and as proud as that Cheshire dude. So, what do you know about Ella from the first chapter? How would you describe her? Track 2, Jammin' at Yale. Soon Ella had audiences eating out of her hands. She went on to win talent showcases all over Harlem. In 1935, the Harlem Opera House signed her as a featured singer. One night, Bordeaux Ali, the master of ceremonies from the Chick Webb Orchestra, saw Ella perform. That's when Bordeaux knew that Chick needed Ella, and that Ella needed Chick, that the two of them could make beautiful music together. But you see, Chick was a finicky bird, easy to ruffle, hard to please, a perfectionist. He was a jazz drummer who liked his music hot. Swing music was Chick's style, cut the rug, rhythms that put the pulse on a party. He believed folks came to hear the instruments in his band, not some singer. Besides, he already had a singer for his orchestra, a guy named Charlie Linton. What Chick didn't know was that Ella's voice was its own instrument. When Bardu took Ella to meet, Chick agreed to give Ella a chance. He told her she could sing with his orchestra at a college dance the next night at Yale University, the Ivy League, where getting loose don't always come easy. Chick told Ella that if she could work that college crowd, she could join his band. So Ella went to Yale with a purpose, and man, once Ella started to sing, she had them Yaleys jamming. That night, Chick welcomed Ella into his band. He took her under his wing, and the two of them flew to the Savvy Ballroom, the hippest dance spot in Harlem. So let's talk about what it means to say she had them Yaleys jamming. Track 3, Stomping at the Savvy. Chick Webb Orchestra had a regular gig at the Savory. Night after night, they played to a house packed tighter than the A-train. The place was crammed, full of folks who'd come to shake their tails to the orchestra's sound. And honey, yours truly could shake with the best of them. You ever see a cat do the kangaroo, the lady hop, Lindy hop, the Susie Q? Those are the moves we danced at the Savvy. Danced while Ella belted from the bandstand. It was Chick's drumming that pulled people onto the dance floor. It was Ella's singing that kept them there. Ella was not like other high-falutin singers. She never forgot where she came from. She remembered that her first work as a performer had been on the street. After Ella sang, she stepped down from the stage and danced with her fans. Ella let them know she was one of them. She showed them she could kangaroo, too. She stomped at the Savory like any other paying customer. Chick Webb was born with a beat in his bones. He was a master drummer, a musician with a fix on the jazz. Ella made it her business to learn all she could from Chick. She had talent. He had know-how. Chick showed Ella the right way to deliver a song. He taught her to shade the high notes and light the lows, to grab hold of a tune, to wrap her voice around each melody. When the sun set on Harlem, the cats and kitties came out to play. It was Ella and Chick they were coming to see. When Chick and Ella performed together, they were girls, grits and gravy. They brought out the best in each other. People called it chemistry. I called it musical magic. So can you imagine what their performance were like? Who were the cats and kitties that came to see Ella and Chick? On May 11, 1937, the Chick Webb Orchestra took on the Benny Goodman Orchestra in the Savory's Battle of the Bands. These contacts were a Savory tradition, and child, they were fierce. One band tried to outplay the other, till the crowd, with their applauses, named the winner. Benny Goodman was called the King of Swing. He played the clarinet, but King Benny didn't have Ella, who would someday be known as the Queen of her craft, and he didn't have Chick Webb, a royal percussionist. Benny set the contest in motion. His band started with a song called Peckin'. They made the place swing, no doubt. Then Chick's band took their turn. Chick's drum solos were slamming. They backed up Ella's vocals, which gave new meaning to the word divine. The contest was close from the get-go. Those musicians put a fever to the room. They had me sweating the sheen of my fur and scruffing my wing-tipped shoes. When Chick's band played Harlem Congo, the crowd got hotter than bootleg Tabasco. That's 'cause Ella set Harlem Congo on fire. Her voice was quick, fried rhythm with a brassy satin twist. She sizzled with Chick's cymbals, busted loose with his bongos. She tamed the crowd while Chick played his timpani. And man, that ain't all. Ella worked the downbeat. She milked the backbeat. She sang like tomorrow wasn't even gonna come. 4,000 people filled the Savory Ballroom that night. The contest lasted 5 hours. When it was done, everybody knew who was boss. Track 4, Carnegie Hall Scat. The Savory was Ella's stepping stone, thanks to nightly radio broadcasts from the club. Ella was the name sitting pretty on everyone's lips. Ella took the Chick Webb Orchestra to new heights. She was the orchestra star attraction. Nightclub owners had to wait in line to book the band. Some of them had never had a black singer perform at their clubs. Ella's popularity showed them that a true star has no color, it just shines. Ella could even put stardust in a ditty. In 1938, she and Al Feldman, a member of Chick's band, wrote and recorded a twist, a tisket, a tasket. Man, when you're on an alley cat like me, you hear all kinds of hopscotch chatter and jump rope jive, a tisket, a tasket, wasn't nothing more than a nursery rhyme, chanted 1,000,000 times a day by kiddies from Sugar Hill to Hollywood. But to hear Ella swing that brown and yellow basket was a whole another thing. A tisket, a tasket was a smash hit. In time, folks came to call that song a jitterbug spiritual. Ella didn't shy back from any kind of music. When bebop became hotter than swing, jazz, and music lovers turned to Bird and Dizzy, Ella took her place on the bebop bandwagon. Bebop was jazz on the wild side. It was syncopation, locomotion. Fast smack, sound down, low down. It was slam bammin' on the flitter tip. It was ham hog jabber, fever pitch. Dizzy Gillespie was bebop's main man. He turned jazz on its head while with his trumpet he could blow notes into back lip flips, into flatted fifths, into popcorn blips that flung free from his horn. Dizzy asked Ella to join his band. He invited Ella to give bebop a try, to improvise, to sing the ping-pong rhythms that gave bebop its sound. Who can explain what it means to improvise? So what is Dizzy asking Ella to do? Ella was along for Dizzy's side. One night when the two of them started to jam, Ella made bebop her own. For Ella, scat singing drove bebop home. Ella used her voice in the same way Dizzy used the notes he made with his horn, like a runaway leaf flying high on a breeze. Now, when Ella performed, she let her lyrics go. She took her singing out to play. When Ella recorded How High the Moon, her scat swung to cloud 9 and back. On September 29, 1947, Ella and Dizzy headlined a sold-out performance at Carnegie Hall. They brought bebop to a high and mighty concert stage, but the show was far from uppity. It was fun. Dizzy's trumpet chirped, it zipped, it sputtered in double-time tempo. Dizzy pounced his bebop to Ella. Ella's singing hung fast to Dizzy's rhythm. Ella shot him back her scat. Man, those two were making up music in the moment. It was invention. It was frolic. It was cooler than cool. Ella put scat on the map. When she and Dizzy threw down their skippity hop doo dee bop, every soul in the place slipped into the jam. Skippity hop doo dee bop. Those are scat syllables. Why might scat syllable singers like Ella make up nonsense syllables? Ella soon had fans who loved all kinds of music. They came to call Ella by many names: the Queen of Scat, the First Lady of Song, a vocal virtuosa. Now I'm the keeper of Ella's flame, the teller of her tale, the scat cat. So kid, don't be fooled by phony felines. A cat by any other name ain't the same. Take it from me, Scat Cat Monroe. I was there with Ellie from the get-go.